Hello, this is Miss Stefan. I just wanted to record a brief video for you to walk you through how to fill out the Building an Argument graphic organizer. So we did this in class the other day, but if you were absent or you need a refresher, here you go. So this is the organizer, and we're going to start with the main idea. So if we're building an argument, the first thing we're going to start with is a thesis based around our topic. So the topic that we used in class was whether or not schools, libraries, or any government agency should be allowed to control what the public reads. The one that we're going to do, though, for this video and for the example that we did together in class is whether or not cell phones should be banned in schools. So I'm going to go ahead and say that my stance on that subject is cell phones should be banned in schools. Now remember, your stance is going to be your opinion on the topic. Okay, so put your stance here in the main idea. Here's what I think: cell phones should be banned in schools. Now, you have 3 reasons here listed: 1, 2, and 3. These 3 reasons are going to be the pieces of your 3-legged thesis, which we've already talked about, the last part of your introductory paragraph. Alright, so these are just going to be simply your 3 reasons. Cell phones should be banned in schools because 1, 2, and 3. So here are my 3 reasons that I think cell phones should be banned in schools. I think they should be banned in schools because they are distractions to students. Let's see. They provide more opportunity for cheating, and they allow for more bullying of students. Okay, so if I was constructing my 3-legged thesis, I just did that right there. Cell phones should be banned in schools because they are distractions to students, they provide more opportunity for cheating, and they allow for bullying of students. Simple as that. Okay? Yeah, focus a little bit. Sorry. Okay, so that's my 3-legged thesis. There's my thesis statements. That's going to be the last line of my introductory paragraph. Now, this graphic organizer kind of takes it to the next level then. So we have our 3-legged thesis, and now we're going to start thinking now of the evidence that we're going to use to back up our supports. Now remember, when you're making your supporting paragraphs, you're going to take each one of these and expand it into its own paragraph. And how you're going to do that is now you're going to support what you have to say. And remember that the 2 ways that we do that are through what we called Aristotelian appeals. You'll remember that from class. Logos, pathos. Logos is when you appeal to someone's logic or you appeal to their brain. You use facts and you use figures. Or you appeal to their heart, pathos. Alright? You use anecdotes, you use stories, you use something that's going to hit on their emotions to try to persuade them. And remember that when you argue, the whole thing you're trying to do is persuade someone to see your side of the topic. Alright? So let's try to find some evidence that we're going to use. And remember that in an on-demand situation, you do not have access to a wide variety of data and information. So you are expected to make it up. And remember that you're going to make it up in a logical way. Okay? So let's take a look at they are distractions to students. Well, probably the kind of persuasion that I'm going to use there is going to be logos. I'm going to use a fact or a figure. And the people that I'm probably going to want to talk to about this are the people that know a lot about whether or not they are distractions to students. And who are the people that are going to know about that? Well, probably teachers and probably administrators. Alright, that they're distracting students. So I'm going to just make up a fact here. How about we say that 70% of school administrators report an increase and discipline referrals. For electronic devices being out in class. That sounds pretty reasonable to me. Let's take a look at number 2. They provide more opportunity for cheating. Again, that's probably going to be logos. That's going to be a fact or a figure. And again, probably someone to talk to will be a teacher or an administrator, since those are the people who report cheating in students. All right, another person to talk to might even be the student themselves. All right, so since we've already used an administrator, let's talk to a student here. Let's go ahead and say, we'll make it a high number. Let's say 85% of students report using a cell phone or other electronic device to cheat on an exam or other assignment. There. Fact, figure. I'm appealing to logos. Now, they allow for more bullying of students. This is the kind of piece of evidence. Yeah, we could use a fact or a figure, but I've already used 2 here. I've already used the 70% and 85%. So maybe this is the kind of fact or claim that I can probably use pathos for. I can vary up my types of evidence here a little bit more. All right, and bullying is going to definitely lead more to pathos. I could tell a story here. All right, I could tell an anecdote. I could give probably an account of a student who was bullied, cyberbullied, by another student who was using an electronic device. There are actually plenty of true stories, but we can go ahead and just make one up. They allow for more bullying of students. So I could say, student story of suicide due to being bullied by students via social media during school hours. Alright, so I'm kind of varying the way that I'm going to convince my audience. Yes, I have facts and figures here. I'm appealing to their brain. But then I also have this heart-wrenching story about a student who committed suicide because of the merciless bullying that they were receiving during school hours via social media. Okay? So, I have my paragraphs all ready to go with my claims, and now I have my evidence ready to go. Alright, so this is the evidence that I'm going to use to support my claims. So now I'm ready to start constructing my body paragraphs. And that is where we are going to leave off here on the graphic organizer, and we're going to start taking this information and building paragraphs. And that is where we are going to leave off here and discuss the rest in class. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye.